Episode 15 of the Saints podcast is up and running. I'm Matty, one of the co-hosts with Elijah. We don't have Julian tonight, but it's just us two boys. So a bit of Lebanese flair there for you. Elijah, how you going, my boy?
Yeah, good, bro. How about you? Good.
Mixed emotions. I don't know how to actually feel. I mean, we are at the end. The season is over by Saturday. No more letting us down after this. It's all over. How do you feel about that, man? Season is over.
I agree with you, man. I have mixed emotions. Like on one hand, I'm happy that I don't have to let this team decide my mood each
Mhm.
week. But on the other hand, I kind of love this team's like even when they lose. Like I just
Yeah,
to be able to watch these boys for 80 minutes and to get that excitement when they score or just anything. I think I'm gonna miss that.
yeah,
But
for sure, man. I
it's
think we're a fan base that just at the moment it's like we just take every win that comes and
yeah,
we celebrate every try, like almost to the point like as if we won the comp. That's
exactly.
how it felt. And we'll talk a bit about our previous game. I
Mm,
mean, for those that saw our socials, we were on the hill, and it was such an amazing experience.
yeah.
Look, the result obviously didn't reflect how amazing that feeling was for us being on the hill.
Yeah,
But tell us,
yeah.
how did that feeling feel you being on that hill and with
Far
all
out.
those thousands of Dragon supporters?
I tell you what, you summed it up perfectly. I feel like when you look at the score in like a month or I don't know a year's time, you're gonna be like, oh, just another game of blah. But when you're in the crowd and
Hmm.
you're riding with the team and you're riding those emotions with the team and you see like can get over.
Yeah,
And there's obviously if you guys haven't watched Jason's vlog, make sure you go check it out. Great
yeah,
vlog.
you got to go watch that. Sure.
But he like we were all like ecstatic. Do you know what I mean? We were all
Yeah,
like we were going like bananas. Like and even with like when we were down by we were down by 16 and we scored. We were still down by double digits, but all the boys jumping on each other. And there was a thing, I think it was after Lycan's try, going back to it, me and Maddie, we chest pumped and Maddie had this raw of emotion. I actually got goosebumps of
yeah, it's a good
this
feeling.
it was amazing. It was the first time I met Maddie, which was long overdue. And it was good to be on the hill. As you said, bro, it doesn't like reflect it. I felt like when I went away from that game, it didn't feel like a loss. I know
Yeah,
you're gonna say like, but I wasn't that devastated. I wasn't upset because in the back of my mind, we didn't like we weren't gonna make finals,
yeah.
and the fact it felt like a win just because like I love being with you boys on the hill. I loved riding the emotions. I loved celebrating. Like that was a highlight of the night. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it was fantastic. I honestly like looking back on it. And I mean, JC kind of summed it up pretty well. He actually said himself, like, look at these emotions from your fans. Like he made it clear he tagged the Dragons in it and said, "This is what your fans do when you're losing. Could you imagine what they'd do if we were winning?" And it's true. We're going to talk a little bit about there's something we needed to discuss a little bit about attendance with Dragon supporters, but we'll go a little bit rundown.
mm,
As you know, Dragons 24, Seagulls 40. Again, I don't think the score line really reflected that type of game. I thought
yeah,
the first half, you would have thought if you said Manly put 40 on the Dragons, I said,
yeah,
yeah, it probably was
crazy.
likely it was going to happen, probably from what it felt like from halftime. But
Mm,
man, the Dragons just they woke up and they started playing some football.
yeah,
A lot in that second half, and then momentum somewhere. I don't remember at what point, but it just kind of shifted. And I think one significant stat we need to obviously address is we don't need to talk about possession or anything, but both teams' completion was actually really bad. And we've talked about this a lot of times over the weeks. The Dragons, you need to have your completion above
yeah.
80 something percent, 90 something percent. If you're going to compete with these teams, and like 77%, like yeah, it's not good enough.
A quote from a grow for this Penrith game, we may as well just give the players a lotion so at least it will be more comfortable. Who is the Aguero bug? I actually love
You
this.
know what? This man. Oh my god. I
Wait,
don't know.
I'm being so serious. This actually has to be someone in the chat. I reckon it's Jackson. It
I
has to be someone in the chat.
you know
This guy,
I don't know who it is, but mate, keep up the good work because you're
Aguero. If you have Instagram, DM the podcast account because I want to get you on the pod. I want to get you on the pod.
nah, lol. He said.
Fair enough.
Nah, but it's good that we appreciate your support, man. Thanks for being on. But yeah, yeah, like I said, every time I've generally gone to a Dragons home game, I usually sit in the seats, and I haven't really had that experience of the hill in a very long time. So having that experience again was phenomenal. And I'll be honest with you, I think I will be standing on the hill for 80 minutes, regardless the result, and sticking right to the end of the game. So it was good. It was very good.
It was honestly up there with one of my favorite games to go to, even though we lost. Just the experience and being there up with your boys and riding everything, and the fact that it's on video. Honestly, credits to JC because that you might just like, oh, it's a vlog, but when you're actually in the vlog and you're seeing your reactions to every one of those tries in the game, it's special because I wish JC was vlogging when Matt Feeney scored against the Roosters a few years ago. Because if I had that on video, just of my reaction to that, that would have been epic. But like, I'm just thinking, like, when I talk about this round, it's round 26. I can't believe how fast this year has gone.
Yeah.
This season and year. Like, I look back, it felt like yesterday when I was on the drive on the way to Cogra, getting ready for Dogs vs Dragons in round 1. I remember saying to my parents and saying to my brothers, I'm like, bro, I said I'm confident about today. I reckon we win the we make it to the top 8. I reckon we make top 8. And then the first play of that game, Emery Gula drops the ball, and that kind of sets a tone for the whole season. So
it kind of did, yeah. Look, I know it was a really tough year, but obviously we're gonna in this podcast try and take as many positives out of it as much as we can. With that last game against Manly, I mean, look, I'll let you go in talking about a bit of the negatives of it. But I want to talk about a bit more positives. And there's 2 players in particular I think we need to give the credit to for that game against Manly. The captain, Damien Cook, once again, 60 tackles. Like he's done that back-to-back times.
I think 3 times in a row.
3 times in a row. Like, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And another one.
CT.
Christian Tuipulotu, you are...
Good to see him healthy, man. Good to see him healthy.
Oh, man. And honestly, you know what? Again, remember what we said earlier. Imagine what he would have done if we were winning. He was losing and he still did that celebration. He brings such a joy to the Dragons fans that we haven't had in a long time. Like, I haven't seen a Dragons player bring that much entertainment to the club since, like, I don't know, like Wendell Saylor, like 2009 or something. Yeah. So having someone like him, he's a character and he is a fan favorite. We love him so much at the club. Yeah. It was great chatting with him actually after the game as well. It was fantastic bloke.
Speaking of after the game, meeting all the players, I already met basically all of them, but just being able to talk to that player, and not even as a fan to play, as a person, and just talking to them, it's actually a beautiful thing. And Matty, if you wanted to talk about a little did you want to talk about up to you?
I mean, I had a good chat with a lot of the players, and I tried to ask a few players, but in particular Damien Cook. I did ask him for his jersey, and he did say, look, he was happy to give it to him. Unfortunately, he did say that he promised someone else, but he said he's going to work something out, and he man of his word, stuck to what he was going to say, and he reached out to me. So appreciate it, Dame. Thank you so much. I got a comment here. Moe did say, the players, it was great to see they stuck around longer, and that's after a loss. So, and, there was times where, the guys were saying, you got to go back in the shed, and it just felt like they didn't want to. You could tell the ones that really actually care about these fans. And I saw that. I saw that from players like Gutho, Cook, TT, yeah, all of them. Like they just wanted to stick around. They didn't want to go home.
Anyone who questions Gutho's loyalty to the Dragons and says he doesn't care about the fans, bro was in his budgies by the time he went in his
Again,
seats.
yeah, he gave away his jersey, he gave away shorts, socks, boots, everything. By the end of it, he was literally walking in these pink budgie smugglers. Like everyone's looking at him like, "What the hell are you wearing?"
Speaking of actually not speaking of anything, but I just wanted to touch on that streaker that went on the field, bro. That honestly made him on that. But he had pace, bro. He had pace.
You know what's
He's faster than Corey Allen, bro.
The saddest part is he actually made more running meters than a lot of the players did. That was the saddest thing.
Anyone who saw JC say that in his vlog, just know, I want you to guys let you know, Matty said that first. I was there on that. Matty said that first, and shout out to JC. He was just a messenger, but Matty said that first.
More meters than Gula and the rest of them.
Honestly,
no disrespect to Gula or anything. I just thought like no one was making that many meters. You know, it was funny because I think at the time Manly kicked to the Dragons. So at first I thought Gutho had made a break. Yes. And then all of a sudden I see security like just storm the field. Like, that's not Gutho, that's a streaker.
When I first saw him run it, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, that's not." I was like shocked. But I tell you what, shout out to JB Millard and Indy Bostock for the pictures that I took with them after the game. Great players. Great players. Can't help myself.
Oh man.
By
the way, I wanted to touch up the women stuck around. That it's good, like from both the NRLW and the NRL, like they great support for each other and stick around to watch it. I'm really loving these double headers, back-to-back games between them too. And I honestly think fans, you need to get there a little bit earlier. I think you should show your support for both of them. And we'll get into it. Obviously, the NRLW do have a couple more games. They've got one coming up this weekend. I know that our boys, the men's team, we've got one more game left, but the NRLW have two more, and those 2 wins will put them in the top 8 and secure finals. And we obviously know that our New South Wales Cup team is second on the ladder. So we keep talking about New South Wales Cup because of specifically 1 or 2 players, and wondering why they haven't made their way back into first grade or to first grade at all. Lockie Ilias, Mr. TikTok himself. Like, come on, man. It's like it's getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah,
I saw enough from last week to say like, we had nothing more to lose. I don't know why he's playing this week against the Panthers.
Yeah, no, I don't even know. I tell you what, last week, just touching back on last week, I feel like the kicking. I know Lockie doesn't have the best kicking game, but I feel like with Kyle, I just feel like it's so like rinse and repeat, copy and paste every single kick. I feel like it's very hard for him at least to experience with like different kicks. I feel like there'll be times when we need a grubber when we're in front of the line, but he just like run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
There was time where he got tackled on last. Like there's little things, and I feel like not only Lockie Ilias, not only Kyle Flanagan that game, but that defense against Manly was nothing short of embarrassing. I'm sorry, but in front of the line,
they let Corey Riddell and some other players just
letting in back-to-back weeks Jacob Host and Corey Riddell scoring. Only the Dragons could like make that happen. Honestly, like only.
They made Corey Riddell look like Gordon Tallis or something. Like he wasn't even running that hard. They literally just popped it to him and he just basically fell over. But anyways, we won't be talking about Dragons and Manly no more. Let's move on. Round 27. What are we doing here? Round 27.
Last dance. The last.
You know what?
Oh, quickly. Mm-hmm. I want to say something because shout out to the Red V Vodcast, Adam. He actually made my. I know I said this made my night, but this is one of the reasons why I had the best experience ever at a game. Probably, He went out of his way.
Jack. Yeah,
Jack. Sorry, not Adam. I'm getting my bad. Jack. He went out of his way to walk up to me and say, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And for me, for someone that 2-3 months ago was just like, I didn't have any plans of doing anything like this with you boys, and the fact it's grown so much, and I'm so grateful for the people I've met, for the things I've been able to achieve in this small amount of time. For me to have that first kind of interaction with someone that follows me, I'm not gonna even say it's a fan, because I feel like fan is a strong word. I don't, obviously I'm not a celebrity, like I'm not. I wouldn't consider them a fan, but a supporter, yeah.
For
So
sure.
the fact that a supporter came up to me and was like, you know, like, I love your work. You know, can I please get a picture? And the fact that I took a picture. Shout out to Jack, man. Honestly, made my life. Man, he's a great.
All I gotta say is praise be to God. It's an amazing feeling. You've come a long way, bro. This podcast has come a long way. We've got some big things coming up as well. So it's just the start of, little things, but the big things will come. And I mean, man, we can even get into that discussion, man. Like, who would ever think we would be able to secure 3 former Dragons players also on this podcast? Some great content creators we've had. I mean,
Dragons plays following me. Shout out Jacob Halangahu. Shout out Matt Cooper, who just followed me. Jeremy Smith, Jeremy Latimer, who came on the pod. Sowie came on the pod. You know, I'm just, as I said, all these content creators and all you boys. I honestly put you boys ahead of the content creators in terms of achievements, because being being able to do this pod with you boys week in and week out, it's honestly, it's meant the world. And the fact that I'm going to talk more about the season and me personally and the page after the Panthers game. I'm going to be releasing a video kind of talking about everything. I got like a reel, I just said Instagram, TikTok or whatever. But honestly, like, it's crazy to think that a little message or a little story from Julian saying, this podcast for the Dragons is shut down, should I start a new one? And just a little conversation between me and Julian. And look where we are now. Me and Julian is one of my good mates now. Maddie is one of my good mates. You know, JC, Jackson, Mitch, Tyson, Nick. Who else? Is there anyone else in that chat?
That's about it.
If I didn't forget anyone, wait. I need to go on. I can't do anyone dirty. Let me go on to the. Okay, yeah, Jackson. Okay, Tyson, Nick, Mitch. Yeah. Obviously, Maddie, Luca. That's what it was. Julian, JC, and Jackson. All those boys are my good mates, and I'm honestly grateful. And without you guys, like the supporters, honestly, like, we wouldn't be getting these opportunities, because when all these former players say, like, if they saw a podcast with like 10 followers, they probably wouldn't trust it. But the fact that you guys are supporting me and they say,
it's definitely grown for sure.
Like, it's a growing thing, and the fact that they've contributed to it, and I don't know, it's good time to be alive, bro. The Dragons may not be doing good, but life is living right now, bro. Life is living, and Father's Day is coming up, and Maddie in his second Father's Day. You know, it's a good time to be alive, bro. It's a good time to be alive.
Time to be. Again, praise be to God. It's an amazing blessing. This podcast, this opportunity to do it is a great blessing. We just get to talk about what we love, even though sometimes what we love isn't always making us happy, but but it is what it is. It is. And look, I said it. I put this on my story, and I just want everyone to know that, loyalty is huge. And if you're not going to be loyal through the dark times, don't be with us for the good times. I was actually tempted to wear my 2010 shirt and prove that message today, but I mean, Dragons either way, I'll wear it no matter what. But yeah, it's true, man. You got to stick with it. It's ironic now hearing Bulldogs fans like, you got to stay loyal, blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, man, just a few years ago, you guys were one of the worst team, if not the worst team in the comp, and now you're now looking. I don't know, man. It is what it is, but Dragons versus Panthers, round 27. You know what? I feel like every week with the Dragons, it's like that GTA. Oh shit, here we go again.
Here we go again.
That's what it's like supporting this team, but wouldn't have it any other way, man.
I'm gonna miss these podcast these reactions to the team list every Tuesday. It's gonna be something that I miss because I love, as I said before, even though we lose majority of weeks. I just love watching the team play. You know what I mean? Like, just get that. I always look forward to it. It's something in my week that I always look forward to. Obviously, I support other sports like EPL and NBA and that. But just something about the Dragons, just
The Dragons
waste
is
of
always number one for us. It always will. But Elijah, can you read the team list for us this week?
Well, at fullback, we have the King, Clint Gutherson. On the wings, CT and Sloan. In the centers, Hayden Buchanan and Fine. Now, Fine is under an injury bug. He let me know after the game that he said he wouldn't know if he's going to be playing this week. He's going to be named on this team list, but I would not be surprised if he's a late out because he did not look confident. I don't know if it could be two things. Either there's been a turnaround and now suddenly he's fine, or he's still not good. Maybe they're just trying to see how he's feeling the day before or on game day, and then they can change it. But for now, Fine is playing. In the halves, LKT and Carl Flanagan, same. At props, Emre Gula and David Clemmer, same. Our hooker, Damien Cook, and co-captain. Second row, Jacob Halangahu and Jane Sewer, with his final game in the Red V, Jack DeBellin. I'm going to go back. I'm going to read the bench. I'll go back to Jack DeBellin. Interchange, Jacob Little, Leilua, Hamasela, and Loco Pacific Itonga. Now, Matty,
I've got my tissues ready. I've got them ready.
I'm trying not to get emotional right now because the fact that this is Jack DeBellin's last game for the St. George Illawarra Dragons ever, and he's going to be going to the rivals, the Parramatta Eels, to finish off his career. It's bittersweet. He should have finished his career. And hearing him talk after the game, he did not want to leave. This was a club decision. This wasn't a personal decision.
Stuck around to the end. And we heard everything that came out of his mouth. And he's a guy that just doesn't give a shit. He'll say it as it is. And hearing from his side of things, it's
100%.
It's so bad, man. He legitimately said next year was it. I was going to retire.
Yeah, exactly. He just needed a 1 more. Last year he was calling for a 2-year contract, and they only gave him a 1. If he would have got that 2-year contract, we wouldn't be in this position right now.
Yeah, because last year actually, a lot of people don't remember this, but last year he was actually set to sign with Souths. And then he didn't. He ended up staying with us. And I was
it was supposed to be a swap between him and Cook, I remember. It's supposed to be
yeah. But do you know what? Like, he's at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. He's got to leave. It's sad, but think of it in the positive way. Like, look how much of an impact he has made on our juniors this year. You look at, Helen Gahu, who's just been amazing for the amount of minutes that he's been given. Dylan Egan, Hamish Stewart, like these up and coming, they're up and coming, and they're going to be really a lot of potential. And I think that he is someone that just can get a club, fired up. And man, honestly, I don't even know what to expect next year when we win games. And
I also think Jack DeBellin was. I don't know if he's kind of the leader of our pack, and he was the one kind of holding those young guys together. So I don't know how they're going to be without him, because DeBellin took all of them under his wing, and they've been thriving. So,
Jerome Hughes did it again. I don't know what. I looked at it and I thought, mate, this is risky putting him back in. I don't know.
Whoa, week before finals, Mo Dib, are you joking? Wait, I need a.
Did he? Boy.
Hang on here. Mike, wait a second. Broncos are winning 6-4-2. This is not looking good.
No.
Wait, Mo Dib. What's your source? Come on. NRL Physio. I'm just quickly taking a detour because this is. Wait, give me a second. Oh no, he has.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Can we just talk about the fact that this is the one season that there is not a single team you can confidently say that they're going to win the comp this year.
I know,
It's
crazy.
one of those ones like no one actually has earned the title of favourites this year.
Yeah, they haven't.
Because every time a team convinces me that they can be, it's like, are they contenders? And then they lose a big game, like, oh, maybe they're pretenders. I don't know. But I'm still not even convinced on Canberra either.
Yeah, I know, me neither.
You can't
Wait,
even beat
Hughes is a big loss. Hughes is a massive loss for the.
Well, it's time. It's time. You know what? It's time for Wishart to stand up and Jonah Pezzett for Melbourne. Unfortunate, man. I didn't see why they needed to throw him in. But you know what? Let's get on that topic.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of potential risky moves and all that, I mean, also I think. Oh, sorry. The rest of our bench was Little, Leilua, Sele, and Pacific Tonga. What's got Matty fired up this week? Ivan Cleary, Claudiad. What the hell are you doing? What has he done? He has brought back the whole team
against the Dragons, but drops all of them for the Bulldogs, who are higher than the. I can't. I don't see that. I don't see that logic.
I don't. The dogs are coming third, and you know what? This actually, I can tell you from now, Bulldogs fans were pissed because they're like, listen, we wanted to get revenge on them. We want to tell people that we are contenders, not pretenders. What did you get out of dropping everyone? What I don't understand the logic.
It probably puts them in a worse position, honestly.
I don't get it because now you're throwing everyone back in against us. We're coming 15th. You couldn't have just let us finish the year on a victory. Because look at it this way: if they win, they're going to finish 7th. Yeah. If they lose, where's the worst they're going to finish? 8th. You've already secured finals. Like, what was the logic of dropping everyone last week against a top team, but then against a team that, even if they pick the same team from last week, there's still no guarantee Dragons win anyway.
No, my dad was saying this. If they would have picked reserve grade, we probably would have lost to them, to be fair.
And you know what? That would have just summed up our whole year if that happened. But no, they decided, hey, let's try and win a game to get momentum. Let's just drop the rock on the Dragons' head and just put them out of their misery. I don't know. You're a scum for doing that, Cleary, but oh well. At the end of the day, whatever happens after this game, we're looking forward to our minds already turned to Las Vegas, round 1 against the Dogs. That's where our heads turn to. I look forward
to talking about Las Vegas next year, as in LOSS Vegas, because we're going to absolutely get caught in the arse.
Well, we don't know that yet, man. We don't know that. Daniel Atkinson and Josh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see what other moves the Dragons decide.
I still can't get over that the Bellens last game. I know I'm hindering on it, but it's still, to me, I don't think he's hit me yet. The impact is on. His career got ruined by that dirty, that
controversial thing.
That the club lied
about. I'm curious to find out, right? Because he missed how long? 2.5 years?
He missed 2.5, 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, if that didn't happen, do you think this year he probably would have retired this year?
He probably would have retired. Bro,
yeah.
He's 3 years, past his age or before his age. I don't know what to say. I think before. I don't know. He's 3 years younger in terms of physically younger than he is because of that time that he missed. Bro, and I don't know. It's Tyson brought it up when the news dropped and we had a podcast with Tyson. They said Tyson was maybe it's because of his past, and if he's the leading guy that has the most games for the Dragons, it could have a bad look considering his past. But I just think if that's the reason why, then that's just bull crap. Because the Bellens done so much for you, and even the Dragons have backed you and backed the Bellens, and the Bellens love the Dragons. Debuted 1 year after we won the comp, 14 years here at the club, registered at the club at least. And the fact that the Dragons treat you like absolute crap, I won't be able to live with my club treating someone like that, because honestly, considering like I don't know. I just feel like clubs love to keep the club loves to keep duds and let go of good players. We let go of Finau, and DeBellin, and I'm sure there's other players that I can't think off the top of my head. And then we're keeping like a bunch of duds, but
Yeah. Moe asked the question as to whether we think Dean Young has any chance
please.
of coaching in Newcastle.
Dean Young, you should sign with the Knights. I highly recommend the Knights are on the. They might win the grand final next year. I think you should. I think you should sign with the Knights. Absolutely, yeah. I think Knights could win the quadruple next year. Honestly, I think you should definitely sign with the Knights.
You know what? I think. Look, Dean Young, he was an amazing player for us, and we all know the surname's synonymous with the club. But mate, if he goes, he goes. If honestly, I would, and knowing the rumors of who we could potentially bring in as an assistant to, if we were to get him, Michael Ennis' name has been brought up for our club.
Do I really want like? Is he like a? I don't know. Is he like a? Is he an important piece to us? Like, do we improve under him? That's my question. Like
Under Ennis,
yeah,
100% he does a better job than Dean Young.
you reckon?
Yeah, Ennis would do a much better job.
I hope he's a better coach than his commentator because do not enjoy his commentary. But like, he might be a good coach. I don't know. Like
Fafita.
Fafita. Oh, Cleary. He's kicked a penalty goal from 10 meters out in front. Oh my goodness.
The Nathan Cleary glaze is. He's not beating that allegation. But no, and honestly, if to be honest with you, if I could get rid of one member of our board, like I know that we already lost Ryan Carr. So if Dean was to go and we were to bring someone in, I honestly would lean towards two main options. Honestly, I'd lean more towards either Ben Hornby or Michael Ennis.
Would Ben Hornby leave the Rabbits?
He's still at the Rabbitohs.
Would he leave the Rabbits? You reckon?
I don't know. I mean, again, the way that whole 15-year technically wasn't a reunion kind of thing happened. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I feel like there's no. Are there any players from that 2010 side that's actually on good terms with the Dragons? I swear, all of them just hate the Dragons.
Well, I saw Gypsy last week.
Gypsy, yeah, Gypsy.
Nightingale's still good with the club. Yeah, I'm looking at the 20 team. Darius Boyd. Last I saw, he was doing commercials for Lowe's. Brett Morris is an assistant at the Roosters. Gasney is an attacking kind of coach at Para. Cooper is definitely not on good terms. Nightingale still there.
Wait, really? Cooper's not on good terms with the Dragons?
Well, apparently, I think has it released yet or it's coming out. But basically, he's gonna reveal the whole truth about his relationship with the Dragons. I'm keen.
If only he could do that on the podcast. He just gave us a sneaky follow recently. I'm gonna get him on.
Do you know what? Honestly, get him on if we can, because I would love to hear the truth.
I'll reach out to him. Hopefully, you reckon he'll do that? That special pod. We'll talk about that special podcast.
We'll talk about the special one soon. But I don't know. At the end of the day, if we can, because
we'll see.
It'd be great. I'm looking at Hornby's an assistant. Yeah. Costigan, I don't know what he's doing in life. Dean Young's already an assistant. Michael Wayman. All right, Michael Wayman. Let's talk about Michael Wayman for a second. Mate, I know he's the announcer at the grounds for the Dragons, but like the game was dead and he's like trying to get he's like, come on, Dragons fans, there's 3 minutes to go. And I'm like, we're already like the game's
the blokes had too many concussions from his
He goes, one game, he goes 1 minute to go, and he's sounding so excited.
If you guys wasn't at the game, didn't know, the scoreboard like turned off for the last 10 minutes. So, but here, I'd rather not know the scoreboard than every minute he'd be like, 9 minutes to go, Dragons fans. 8 minutes to go, Dragons fans.
I'm convinced Michael Wayman is still concussed from the 2010 grand final. That head knock was that hard that he's still concussed 15 years later.
There's 2 minutes to go, Dragons fans. 60 seconds. He sounded like those Rugby League 26 commentators, like this NPC. Like it was bad. It was
But yeah,
very
apart from the rest of the club, I mean, another one that follows you, Jeremy Smith. Then you got Bo Scott. Ben Craig's still big with the club. He's still part of the board. And as for the bench players, I don't know. I know Nathan Fiends at Dolphins, but I don't know the rest of them.
Dolphins.
Nathan Fiends at the Dolphins.
Oh wow! Well, let's get into our last predictions for the year. The Penrith Panthers up against the St. George of the Royal Dragons. Now, tries to score from both teams, and I want a score.
They might as
This
well
might be a
just
first.
drop the rock in that. They might as well
Both
just drop the rock in us.
co-hosts tip against the Dragons. This might be a first.
I don't know how you tip the Dragons in this. If it was the same team the Panthers put last week, I can.
I'd still pick Panthers. I can't lie. We are trash.
We have tipped this team. No, I'm gonna back them regardless. But no, in this prediction, I'm tipping Penrith. But
okay.
but what I'm saying is I'm gonna support them regardless. But again, it would be a typical St. George victory if it was to happen by some miracle. Like if Kyle Flanagan moved to the sideline and Jesus Christ came from heaven and played 7, then that's the miracle we need. But I don't know. But all right, let's just do it. Put it out on Israel. Penrith's winning 13 plus. It's
Give us a score.
Oh, I don't want to.
Give us a score.
Penrith's putting 40 on us, and we're gonna score like 3 try. I don't know. Oh,
40-18.
Yeah, why not? Try scorers are going to be. I think. I'm gonna say Isaac Targo will score for Penrith. For the Dragons, I don't know. I think there'll be like a consolation try in it, but I think one of our dummy halves, I think Little or Cook. We'll say Cook. But yeah, the Dragons aren't winning this. It's not going to be close. I'm sorry. I know I want to tip the Dragons so badly.
I just checked the odds of the game. $1.20 for Panthers to $4.60 for the Dragons. Goodness, if we win, someone's getting a paycheck if someone tips the Dragons.
I can tell someone will. There'll be some Looney Tunes.
There'll be some idiot that puts like 100 on the Dragons winning and we'll get a fat cash return.
I hope
I'm saying, Penrith are going to win. Penrith, I was very close to tipping against Dragons a few times this year, but I've always backed them. I don't care if Jackson goes out of me. Jackson.
Well, mate, he tipped the Roosters against us. So he shut your mouth, mate. Yeah.
I think Panthers 42 to the Dragons 14. I think it's going to absolutely be a walk in the park for the Panthers. I'm not looking forward to the game. I think we saw Jack DeBellin's last team song that was against the Sharks. I reckon
the only way this game is any close is if Penrith have a shocker. That is
Woo! Hang on. This is in the chat.
The king.
This is in the chat.
King Julian.
Julian. Hey, Jules. My man. I'm saying 42-14 Panthers. Sorry, Julian.
I don't know why I say sorry. You probably said the same thing.
Old profile pic. Oh no! When I saw that, Julian, I was like, "What the heck?" I thought your old hair.
I was gonna say the old hair.
I'm saying 42 points to 14, and I'm gonna say Kyle Flanagan gets over.
What, is he gonna point to the badge again, or is he?
What would he say? Sorry.
Is he gonna point to the badge again?
We're going to be winning 14-0, and then Panthers will score 42 unanswered points. Send me a link. Joining in 10. Hang on.
All right. King
The boys,
Julian's.
hang on. All right, Jules, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you now. We're gonna get his tip before we hop off. And we'll get his. So let me just send it to him. Where's yeah, I think Flanagan will score, and then I also think Cleary is just going to do those dummy runs and just score. I think he's going to go himself.
He'll find a way to break through King Kong here because he's just his defense lately is just falling apart. I mean, it's cracked here and there. Another thing too. I mean, I saw one of the comments saying about it, but if Matt Feeney doesn't play, this potentially could be the last game Corey Allen plays for the club. There's rumours.
Oh well, the world keeps spinning.
Well, there are rumours, like I said, that he's linked to a Super League club, and I'm just thinking
Castleville Tigers. It's going to be them. The Castleville Tigers are signing everyone now.
Man, what's going on there?
They got Ryan Carr as a coach. They got Rafa Lowell. I'm pretty sure they got another player. They got super team over
there. They've just taken a bunch of Dragons rejects. Anyone else?
I'm actually upset about Ryan Carr leaving. I love Ryan Carr. For those who know, his first game as interim coach, that game against the Roosters when it was banging on the glass, that was unbelievable.
That will be his forever iconic moment. Yeah, but in terms of losses, we've lost DeBellin. Sione Finau is off to Canberra. Lost Jonah Glover. And we lost a few players mid-season too. Finau Latu to the Dogs, Francis Molo before the season started, and Eisenhuth's leaving. Can I ask you, is there any player I'm just going to read these names out to you. Is there any one of these players that you think, in terms of those that are off contract, that the Dragons should even consider offering an extension, or do you think time's done? Because you got Corey Allen, Raymond Fatala Mariner, Viliami Fafita, or David Clemmer. Is there any one of those names, or do you think all four of them see you later?
Out of those four, I'd probably say keep Clemmer. I know this is going to sound outrageous, but I genuinely think Clemmer's made an impact in lots of the majority of games that he's played in terms of his leadership and his passion. Yeah. Genuinely, the passion that he has. He may not be the best player, but he's a leader. And although next year he probably won't be in the first grade side that much, to have him as a locker room type of guy and to have him around the boys, around the young boys, pause. To to have him around those younger players, I think it'll be.
Sounds more like it.
I think it'll be. Oh gosh, I honestly think out of those four, like for Tyler Mariner, he hasn't been. He's had for the Dragons, he's had a few good games, but majority have been in terms of Corey Allen. Okay, when Corey Allen first signed with the Dragons, I think I was the only person in the world that was actually mad excited. I was buzzing for Corey Allen because he's been on injuries in the past. I was if he remains healthy, I reckon he's going to be our starting winger. He was supposed to be our starting winger. He did his ACL, and then don't get me wrong, he hasn't been. Some games this year he's been solid. He definitely offers a stronger defense than some of the outside backs that we have. In terms of his running too, I feel I trust him in terms of those hit ups, first, second tackle. When we just got the ball, that's something that I probably don't trust Sloan enough with.
Yeah,
I feel Sloan gets dragged back a lot. I feel that doesn't really happen with Corey, but Corey, his pace and his ability to hold the ball is probably a combined 50 rating on Rugby League 26. I think they're probably 25 each. 25 pace, 25. What do you even? I don't know. Ability to catch. I don't know. I just feel he's past his time, And I think the injuries have really caught up to him. And it's sad because how old Corey Allen is not that old, I don't think. Let me
No, he's still reasonably young, but
He's 27, bro. But he's 27, but he runs like he's 37 or
yeah.
47.
Well, I mean, there
Yeah,
isn't really a whole lot of players, and that's what I say. When you do your ACL,
yeah,
some people just never will go back to what they used to be. I mean, we are talking about a player that did have a stint playing for Queensland in Origin. So I mean, there was some potential that the Dragons saw in him, but I don't know, man. I just think he has made a few bad mistakes. But obviously, looking at next year,
yeah.
we've got a number of decent players that, or what you consider as decent. I'll leave that up to you. Um, next year we've got 11 players off contract. So I'll read out names.
We'll read it
So
out.
we've got Damien Cook, Matt Feeney, Emre Gula, Ilias,
Yeah.
Blake Laurie, Nathan Lawson, Luciano Leilua, Michael Molo, Hamed Saleh, Tyrell Sloan, and Christian Tuipulotu. Who are you re-signing in that name out of those 11?
Can you send that list to me so I can have a look at my phone? Can you send that to
I
me?
will. All right, no worries. Yeah.
Just so I can have a better. But off the top of my head, one person that stands out to me that I think we actually shouldn't re-sign. Like he's not the one player that you'd probably think is probably a re-sign, but I wouldn't re-sign is Leilua. I think we have too many good second rows coming up.
Oh, and Tuipulotu has to re-sign.
Yeah,
I say.
re-sign. Yeah, I think Leilua.
Matt Feeney's been all right as
Yeah.
of late.
Who
Compared to
else?
the way he started the year. As for the rest of them, I mean, Michael
Cook.
Muller.
I don't think there's a rush to re-sign Cook. Like, I feel like you don't have to just because if if Shane wants his daughter in his team, it has to be 14. It can't be 7. So that's probably the only way.
If they go, that's actually what I was about to say. If they say exactly what they did, and it's that they're going to play Flanagan at 14, it means he's got to go. And knowing Cook, he's likely going to retire. I can't really see him playing anywhere else.
No.
South Sydney don't want him back. I mean, they've practically moved on. They actually paid out the rest of the contract to actually get Sullivan to stay there. So he's not actually going back to the Tigers.
I'm not going to say who told me, but he hated the Tigers. He hated being at the Tigers.
Do you blame him? Like the club's gone nowhere in the last.
Yeah,
God knows
they've almost haven't made a finals appearance since we've won a comp. The last finals appearance they had was 2011. We won a comp in 2010. So that just shows how bad they've been. I don't care.
Tigers only finish on the ladder in 2 positions. It's either last or 9th.
Yeah. Like, I had Tigers fans saying to me today, "We're higher than you on the ladder." The fact that this is the first time they've been able to tell me this in like 3 years is quite embarrassing. I can't lie. Like, they've gone nowhere. If they get a trophy for that, I'm sure they can have a trophy because the last time they won a comp, it was 2005, and half the Tigers fans, or all the Tigers fans that I know, were swimming in their dad's nutsack when they won the comp. So I don't know. So I feel like Tigers fans have no right to talk. I don't care if they're higher than us on the ladder. I do not give a crap. We finished higher than we're ladder the past 3-4 years. I don't really care, but I don't blame Sullivan for hating the Tigers, and he's enjoying himself at the Rabbits. I think I hope I don't get it's not a cancelable thing. Okay. But I honestly think because of his heritage, Aboriginal heritage, I honestly think there's lots of players at the Rabbitohs with that same heritage. So being around those boys in that environment actually does help.
It is a form of an influence. Like, don't get me wrong, but also too the Tiger. Well, who would you rather be coached by, Benji Marshall or Wayne Bennett? Like, it's a no-brainer for me, to be honest with you.
Benji Marshall was like, if he won the wooden spoon this year again, he would have been sacked by like round 5. I can't lie, or like it was last round.
Well,
Benji, I don't rate Benji as a coach.
Inherited a shit Tigers team that Tim Sheens was just already. It was already going downhill, and then it's just got worse.
Yeah.
And when Madge Maguire, Tim Sheen's been. I mean, there's been some positives this year, the Tigers, but I mean, there's not a whole lot. I think the only positive thing the Tigers did this year was the chord to the Bulldog supporters. That was literally the only good thing you did this year.
That's actually crazy, and
that and something else we'll talk about shortly. But is Julian jumping on?
Hopefully he should. But going back on the list, did you send me the list?
Yes, I'll send it to you. So these are basically just the off contract players.
Are these by the end of next year?
These are Dragons players that will be off contract. As of next year. So they'll be free to practically negotiate. I think that if they're off contract next year, that means that by November 1st this year that they should be able to discuss negotiating deals for the 2027 season. But I've just sent it to you, so it'll come through shortly. But yeah,
on email. Sorry.
Yeah, I've emailed that to you. So off contract players for 2026, and it's crazy to see some of the names of other clubs and just curiosity as to if Dragons should make a play. I'm already looking at Souths players, Roosters players that I, for one, would bring to the Dragons.
Oh well, I'll segue into. Well, I'm going to read out these players that you just sent me, and we're going to say two words: keep or sell. So, actually, is there a better word you want to use? Like, I don't know. Instead of keep or sell, that's a bit boring. Let me know if there's an alternate name that you want to use.
I think Stay or Flano Express.
Stay or Flano Express. Okay. Damien Cook. I'm saying Flannel Express. I reckon that's probably the best thing.
If we could keep him as like a coaching role, but I think he's going to retire. So I don't know.
I mean, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Let him play it out, but do not re-sign him after that. I think.
Just don't give him the shitty treatment that we gave Jack the Bellum. Come on, let him. He's had a phenomenal career. Damien Cook.
He has. Matthew Feeney. Ooh, I'm gonna say
keep.
Keep because he's still. How old is Matty Feeney?
He's very young, man. I still remember him and his brother make like their debuts for the club.
He's 24. I reckon keep.
Yeah, mate. He's got so many years left in him. Like, it's unfortunate he's had some injuries and he's been dropped here and there, but I think he's got a lot more in the tank to what he can offer to this club. And you gotta remember, being that he mentioned he's 24, which means he's still young. He's still in that same category as players like the debutants we had this year, where they've got many years to offer great things for the club.
Yeah. Emre Gula, I think Flano Express.
Flano Express.
I mean, to be fair, he's actually been decent in the past few weeks, but like can't keep him.
He has scored the easiest of tries that have come his way.
Lockie Ilias, I still think we should keep him.
We should. He's not going to stay.
Yeah.
So how
long did he sign for with us? 3 years? 2 years?
2-year deal. It was this season and next. He's not staying.
Yeah, he's.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he has signed. He will end up signing for somebody else. Oh, here he is.
How are you watching the game? Like, are you got the same?
I'm not watching the game. I have no idea what's happening with the game. What's the score?
I thought this was a watch along.
It's our last podcast for the year.
Well, I'm back. I made it home from dinner. So, what's been happening?
How was it?
Yeah, it was good.
We just basically talked about the last game. We talked about that amazing experience being on the hill. And now we're also just going into discussion about Dragons versus Panthers. We've both tipped Penrith.
Julian, give me your tip, Julian, for the game.
I've got Dragons, 13 plus. Nah,
bro.
it's not happening. I don't know.
You know, like
I don't tip
you,
against them, but look, I'm not
like it's
going.
okay. It's okay to tip. It's okay to tip Panthers. Don't worry. It's okay.
I'm
If
gonna
it's against
go
Penrith, oh, no chance.
Dragons. I don't know. This
He's not
game,
even confident.
game is just
He's
cool.
not confident.
You can't even predict this game. Like, we all know what's gonna happen. Like, unless you know they fucking pull their finger out.
That's
Their
what I
ass.
said. That's what I said. It's either I said the only way this game becomes close is if Penrith have a shit game.
Yeah, but it happens. But like, I don't know.
Julian, tell the Huts to stop messaging you.
It's just dad.
Oh, never mind.
He hasn't got a ticket. He hasn't got a ticket for this week's game. Fuck.
Let's
Anyway,
so
I'll get Dragons. Oh shit. Sorry guys.
oh, good.
I don't know. This one's tough. Dragons. Oh, I can't predict. Will they score?
We managed to score 4 against Manly, so we'll see what happens with this week.
And
Yeah.
we
Nah,
also
that's
made
all right.
it easier.
I'll get Dragons 24, Panthers 18, something like that. I don't know.
Close.
I really hope they do show up for the last game of the year because like
Yeah, the Villains last game.
looking at that crowd attendance list, we're at the bottom right.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad you brought that up. So we've got 3 topics we want to address. That one. So thank you to our boy for sending that to us. Basically, was just going into this discussion about how the Dragons' average fan attendance has been at the rock bottom compared to some other teams. So from last year, it's basically has dropped about 3,000 fans.
That's bad.
Yeah,
What
it's
the hell?
and it's showed that in terms of attendance across every home game we've had this year for both Kogarah and Wollongong, we're in last. 100, yeah, in second last is actually the Sharks, which is
Far out.
It's embarrassing. But again, we know who we are. We know that we're the ones that actually show up. So, man, we can keep saying, guys, come on, support your team. If you want to show up, you can show up. That's up to you. But all I'm going to say is, and the boys will support me in saying this, if you're not going to be with us through these times, you know, when we're winning the comp, fuck off. We don't want you. We don't want you in this club. Don't
Will
support
we be
us.
alive when the Dragons win the comp?
Yes,
I might be-
we will.
We will
We
be
will.
alive. We will be.
As
I'm not be silly. We're going to win the comp. I
As
don't know
Matty
which
was-
year, but we will
yeah.
win the comp.
as Maddie was saying, yeah, if you're not going to be with us through
Yeah,
these
true.
tough times, don't come around like the Bulldogs fans. Come around
Okay,
now. All
I'm
of a
glad you
sudden.
mentioned the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are second. Mind you, their average attendance for the Dogs last year was 20,000, just over 20,000. The average attendance this year for the Bulldogs is 30,700 and that. And they, I think, who was it? I think it was Nick, our boy Nick. Shout out Nick. He actually, Nick Sav, he actually said that the Bulldogs' average attendance has doubled in the last 2 years. So it was about 20-something thousand from 2023, and it's increased to 40,000 now, or 30,000, I should say. And in first place, as always, it's the Broncos. I mean, they're the most loyal fan base in the NRL, I would say. Always showing up good and bad. But
No, you're not wrong there. It's because don't forget their let's compare the stadiums. They have these big fuck off stadiums.
Exactly.
We're the suburban club. We
Okay.
can keep up to 20,000 max. We have more
okay, but
members.
if we
than
had
20,000.
40,000, all right,
Yeah,
but can I ask
yeah.
you, if we had 40,000 capacity, would the Dragons still sell it out? No, that's the
But-
truth. I agree with you. 100% agree with you. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if we had 40,000 to 50,000 capacity stadiums, which regardless if it was Cogra or Wollongong, I think Wollongong actually fits a few more fans than Cogra. But if they made renovations and could fit an extra 15,000, 20,000 fans, do you think the Dragons sell at that stadium?
Mm,
No, it's a
don't
rhetorical
know,
question.
no.
They wouldn't.
It will probably be. I honestly think it will be the same as like Para. I think it definitely helps. I feel like fans would want to go because of the viewing experience. Maybe some fans think that watching a game in a big stadium is probably.
But even Para and Souths are another two clubs whose average attendance dropped by about 3,000 from last year. One of the biggest significant drops for a club, from what I'm seeing, is Manly. Manly went from 21,000 to 16,000.
Yeah, right.
They probably got the biggest drop out of all the teams. Roosters have surprisingly increased this year. Melbourne's Melbourne. I mean, they all show up. Newcastle's dropped. And surprisingly, I mean, Combank Stadium, but Penrith's average attendance has actually increased, and they're actually shitter.
But at least some of these clubs, like even Newcastle, like they sell out every home game and they're trash. Like I feel like we're not even able to do that. We sold out round 1, and since then it's just gone downhill. Round 1 and round 2.
Was it Para? Was it Para we sold out again?
No, it was round 1 and round. It was Bulldogs and Rabbits. I'm pretty sure we sold out, and then the rest of just.
I swear it was a Sharks game. No, I don't know.
Sharks? No, you could tell even the Sharks. No,
like the game in Cogra. I swear it had a pretty recent sold out game,
yeah.
but compared to last year, to fucking last year, the last 3 games were at like Wynn Stadium, and something like that, and they're all sold out. It's because I think it's because we were sitting this time last year at 11th. Look at it now.
No, but even like we were at this is round 27. By round 25 last year, just a little over a year ago, we were sitting 7th or 8th. We were in the top 8. So
and we let it slip. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like starting to think like, all right, we're a low fan base, but there's a fair chunk of our fan base that is just they're here for the wins, and it's actually sad. Like. Which I've noticed that because those games were getting sold. I remember the Sharks game at Wynn Stadium last year sold out. The game against the Titans at Wynn Stadium sold out. Game against Dogs Cogra last year sold out. Panthers Wynn Stadium last year sold out. We had so many games last year sold out, and that's because we were doing good. And it just annoys me. Like, I haven't been to every game this year, but that's not because I don't love the club. I don't watch them. I still watch them from my home. It's just hard.
Yeah, bro, you can't go to every game. It's simple.
You can't go to every game, but the fact of the matter is that we, like for some of us, we live an hour away. I sometimes ask myself, why did my grandfather support a team that lives nowhere close? But
yeah, that's same with me.
There are also people. There are people that live down the road. They live in neighboring suburbs, and don't make that effort. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that goes for Wollongong as well. There are people in neighboring...
my point of view, yeah.
Yeah, like
I'm going up to Cogra when Wollongong is down the road, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's even Dragons fans that live in the suburbs where it's Sharks territory, and they still don't make the effort.
Yeah, no, it's honestly sad, but
only because they're not winning. For example, the Bulldogs.
Yep. And look, if by some chance the Dragons are in the top 4 next year, hypothetically, what's the average attendance going to be? I even asked.
It's going to double. It's going to double. Actually, I don't know.
Probably 10,000 more. Probably just
the last time we made the finals, I asked JC. I said, "Do you know what the average attendance was then? 2018." He goes 16,000.
Oh,
16,000 is decent for Dragons fans, considering the fact that, like I mentioned, Cogra fits about 20,000 and 23,000 for Wollongong. So 16,000 compared to for that capacity is good. But also, I think sometimes that the crowd, and that's the thing with Cogra, they are so, the media shows just the hill, but they don't show behind on, like, for example, Cogra, the Norm Province Grand.
They actually get pretty
always packed, but they don't fucking show it on TV.
Yeah.
They need a camera from the hill's point of view.
Half empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the more passionate Dragons fans are the ones on the hill. That's I don't know. We can't win with that. But you know what? We're doing our part. If we're doing our part, that's all that matters. Do you know what? To the average attendance, whatever, who gives a fuck? Fuck it. No, I couldn't give a rat's ass. At the end of the day, we know who we are. Look, we're talking here, saying how much we love this club, even though they're shit. But we're still gonna go and support them next year, and the year after, and the year after that. I'm renewing my membership. I'm renewing my membership next year. Are you? 100%. You're probably going to. So to whoever's doing these stats, shove your stats up your ass.
Yeah, shove it up your ass because the red V will always be iconic in Australian sport.
Horde.
Exactly. So, Horde.
I want to go back on the list of players out of contract. Julian, now that you're here, I'm going to go through each of them and you let me know. And Maddie, you too. Well, some of these players we've already done.
People stay.
People say. We're going to do stay or Flano
Express.
Flano Express. Okay. Damien Cook.
Flano Express.
Flano Express. That's what I said too.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Matthew Fine.
Keep.
That's what we said. Emre.
Flano Express.
Flano Express. Lockie Ilias.
Oh, I want to keep him.
Yeah,
we want to keep him, but he's not going to stay because he's copped the worst treatment that he didn't deserve.
This name, if he is if he stays at the Dragons beyond his contract, I'm going to crush out Blake Laurie.
Oh no, he's going.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at Para.
He's going to Japan.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at Para.
Yeah, reuniting with his boyfriend Zachy Lomax. They used to get their nails painted together. Oh, how cute!
Oh,
Nathan Lawson. Go back to sevens.
I've seen too much from him.
Yeah, I mean,
what we did today was all right.
2 good games, and that's all he's done.
I'd keep him. Keep him for depth.
I think wingers we've got pretty good depth, but I mean whatever.
I think just keep him in case of because he's got decent pace. Like
I mean, I don't want Sloan to leave. My mate fucking Sione has already pretty much left, so.
Leilaw.
And we lost Tamale as well last year.
Yeah, my boy Tamale.
Luch Leilaw. What would you I would go Flano Express. We have too many.
Flano Express.
We have too many good young second rowers.
How many times did we watch the game? Like we looked on the big screen, like who missed that tackle? And it was him.
Yeah.
Bro, Broncos are winning 18-4. Oh goodness, they're gonna make
bad for Hughesy, eh?
Do you know it's a crazy stat? Is that Michael Maguire has only beaten Bellamy once, and that was back in 2013. Since then, he's never beaten Bellamy.
I mean, to be fair, he was with the Tigers, so like.
Yeah, no, but back then he was for Souths. He's been Souths by the Broncos, and he's lost to Bellamy every single year.
Wow.
Okay, next on the list, Michael Molo.
I'll keep him.
Depth. Yes.
Because I know he didn't start off the year. I made a bit of a late comeback, but he was actually pretty decent against the Raiders in Canberra. I think that was his first game back, and from there he kept getting picked, and he was fucking going good.
Hame Sele. I love Hame. I love Hame. Although he's injury prone, even him as he's one of the nicest. He is probably one of my favorite players from the Dragons just because of how nice he is and how good of a person he is.
Yeah, we had a good chat with him after the game.
Good bloke, man.
Top bloke.
None of this ego business bullshit. Not every player, but you know what I'm saying. He's the most humble player I've met.
I can list about. I'm not gonna get their names out or anything, but I can name about 5 players from the Dragons who have an ego fatter than they arse. But Hame Sele,
that's a good one.
Hame Sele is an absolute he is an absolute champion. He's a beast. Next player on the list, Terrell Sloan. I think
I gotta keep him.
We are keeping with the news that Corey Allen is not going to be re-signed.
And I think he can take that Flano Express to England.
And then our last player on the list, an easy keep, money man Christian CT.
Yeah.
Easy.
We re-signed him. He
No,
re-signed.
but but he extended. He only signed a 1 year extension, which means he's
for end of next year.
So next year, so 2026, he's off contract. So which means,
fuck.
so by
Hopefully-
November 1st, he's got to stay. Oh well, I mentioned it earlier, Jules. I was saying to Elijah, we haven't had an entertaining player that's brought so much joy to the club and so much love since like Wendell Saylor. You know what I'm saying? Like a fan favorite.
100%.
Everyone loves him.
He's got the vibes, bro. He's just like he's funny.
That's what I'm saying. We need a character. We need someone that's actually
he's got the
makes
character.
going to Dragons games so entertaining. And
100%.
I wanna see if I can take off my blur to show you guys this thing. I want to show it on my screen, visual effects. Okay, I took this screenshot of the passion on the hill on the. Take a look at Matty. Look at this passion on Matty. I actually got goosebumps because this looks like a fan who has won the grand final. Like his passion for a try. This is what all teams need, a fan like Matty. And on the other end, I'm giving myself a little bit of credit. Look at me. This is for the like and try. This is my passion. I was to see like Matty and then me, like our passion for a try.
I love that.
You love to see it. And
beautiful stuff. Now, boys, one last thing before we do go. Two more things. Sorry, I should say. A good friend of ours, Retro Rugby League. He's doing a segment called Jersey Judgment Day, where we'll put it in the link.
This guy.
Thank you for having a conversation with me on Instagram. Thank you. Okay, let's continue.
So yes, Retro Rugby League is doing. It's known as Jersey Judgment Day. So basically, he is asking fans, and we'll put the link in our story so you can do your own votes. But basically, in this, he is asking fans to pick their top 10 favorite jerseys of 2025. For us guys, we're just going to do our top 3. So there are so many jerseys.
Oh, I thought we were doing top 5. Are we doing
top 3, top 5, whatever. Elijah,
do top 3, lad.
Top 3.
Top
all right, Elijah.
I'm going to do top 5. You guys can do top 3. I don't.
Let's do it. You go first.
I'm going to go first. My first one that I've picked, I'm not picking any Dragons ones, by the way, just because I feel like it's a bit biased. So I'm
got one Dragons
out of
in
the
mind.
equation. So I'm completely non-biased.
Fair enough.
In no order, Kenry Bankstown Bulldog commemorative jersey. This is honestly, as much as I hate the Bulldogs,
they nailed it this year with their jerseys.
They nailed their jerseys. Shout out to the Bulldogs.
Commemorative and their heritage. They nailed it.
Yeah. So
fantastic.
And I've tried to do like one jersey per team. Like if I can't do 2 from the same team. So Bulldog commemorative. Second one on the list I have. This New Zealand
Warriors.
The D Warriors one.
The one.
The Pacifica one, or which one?
The Pacifica one. The one I have to.
That's beautiful.
This is honestly the car. I would wear this if I wasn't like, bro. Yeah. I would rock this, bro. I'm in love with this jersey, honestly. Genuinely,
I love that. Yeah, they nailed it.
I love this Cowboys Indigenous jersey too.
It's nice.
I genuinely love this design.
What do you think of that the glowing one?
Yeah, that was nice.
That was pretty cool.
Too, but
nice.
It was close into my top 5.
Para shouldn't even be in here.
No.
The one jersey I'll give credit to Para. The Indigenous was nice, but I do like their heritage. I just it's so nostalgic with the heritage,
that one was
party one. I think that gives the mid-80s. That black one, that Vegas one, that's on my list.
Yeah. Oh, your Vegas
it's just
one?
gorgeous. That's beautiful. Black and gold. Like you can't give it. South's that alternate one's nice. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I
love our Indigenous. I do. That's
I
in my
think the
top
Indigenous
three.
is nice. I love the away jersey mainly because of the fact of how nostalgic it looks like the Steelers.
100%.
I like the message behind the Anzac commemorative one. I thought it was nice.
Okay, I'm actually going to do a late change here. I had the Tigers heritage, but the jersey sponsor ruins it so much.
The integration. If they integrated it, it would probably be.
Yeah. It would probably be my favorite jersey on this list. This is just such a clean jersey.
It is.
So what's your top 5? Now that you look through jerseys.
Did I pick any? Okay, I haven't picked. So this Roosters Indigenous jersey. This is 1. Then we have 1, 2. Then we have 3. Then we have. Oh, I might only have 4. Oh, 4. Let me try to cut one out for my top 5. So I can do a top 3. Sorry, can't cut this one. I'll probably cut this one out.
Okay. So what's your top 3?
The Roosters, this one, and my Bulldogs are my top 3 favorite jerseys.
All right, that's nice. Jules, what's your top 3?
I'm gonna scroll, and you let me know which one stands out to you.
I've got my top 3 already.
I don't know. All I know is my Dragons Indigenous isn't like the third one.
Matty, you go. How will you go?
My top 3 is this. At number 3, I'm going to put the Tigers heritage.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. The only reason it's third for me is mainly because of the fact that that sponsor integration with the Pepper money. I just think if they integrated it well with the orange, it probably would have been number 1, if not 2. And I put it 3 for that a reason alone, but everything about it is perfect. To be honest with you, I honestly reckon top 3 could have been all the Tigers jerseys this year, but Pepper Money has ruined every one of their jerseys.
Pepper Money, come on.
Like, come on, man. But what's weird to me is that they integrated all of the training shirts, but that's it. So number 3 is that Tiger. Number 2 for me, I'm gonna go Penrith, the Penrith Vegas one.
Yeah, I just want to quickly hit on this. This is a smoky in my top 3. I always love the Roosters Bondi.
My smoky is going to be the Dragons. The Dragons away jersey.
Yeah,
it will be a smoky. I just think it's nostalgic. Like that just says Illawarra Steelers right there. So my number 2 is alternate Vegas.
Yeah.
And number 1, oh man, I was crossing up between 2 jerseys. I gotta call a shout. I'm gonna say the Bulldogs heritage.
Yeah.
It's the 95 inspired one.
Yeah.
I think that one is that one there. Yeah. That one's that's beautiful. I do love their other one as well, the commemorative, and another one I just want to honorable mention.
Yeah.
The all black Broncos jersey.
Broncos, yes.
That is just it looked even cooler on field. Like the fact that they got all the sponsors to accept the fact, like because it was for a great cause as well, for like the mental health as well, and they just an all black jersey. Like, can I be honest with you? If Dragons did it,
I've got it.
It would have definitely been in my collection, 100%.
Yeah. So is this your number 1?
My number 1, I'm crossing between that and the Bulldogs, but I gotta go with that one.
No,
yeah.
Julian, you don't have to do a set top 3, but are there any jerseys in this year that you've liked from teams?
We've just been talking about this Broncos one. Very great cause. It's really sick. There is a Raiders one I do like. I think it's their Indigenous one.
Their Indigenous is beautiful. Oh, I love that.
I love the green. Like, I love it. Like the white, the black, all the different shades.
I like that other one they wore at Vegas.
Oh yeah,
that one. So
yeah, that one was.
The story behind that is actually apparently the pattern is the sound wave of the Viking clap that they do before the game. That's meant to be like that. So I thought that was a pretty cool touch.
What are the Dragons' alternate Vegas going to be? Like, there's nothing.
I wonder if they're going to even have one.
I don't think they'll do anything.
Yeah,
can we talk about the Dolphins' heritage jersey? Just looks like an alternate Dragons jersey.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, before we head off, and because this is our basically our almost goodbye. But this is going to be our second last podcast because Julian, we'll talk about this next week or in the finals if you want us to do a watch along.
I'm down. Yeah, I'd be so down.
We got to do something like that. But in terms of podcast, this is going to be our second last episode. We're not going to do one next week. Our final podcast for this season, season 1 of the Saints podcast. Matty, would you like to announce it?
I gave everyone a bit of a teaser, but this is what we're going to be doing. We'll let everyone know. Stay tuned, but we will be doing a live podcast at St. George Leagues Club downstairs at the Spirit of the Red V Museum. Guys, it's honestly going to be so awesome. We get to all be there live. I know that it will be no more Zoom. So it will just be us.
Well, the camera set up.
We'll get camera set up, everything there. We basically will just be reviewing over the 2025 season. We'll be giving our awards to who we believe deserves what. And we'll be talking about some also exciting news for 2026 of what this podcast has in store. So stay tuned, guys.
It's going to be hectic.
But I said before, earlier I'll release a video after the Panthers game about me saying my gratitude, but just off the back of my head, because this might be the last time you see me on a podcast in a while since this, because I don't know how we haven't got a set date for this one. I just want to give a few thanks. First and foremost, thank you to God for giving me this to give me this opportunity. And but most importantly, thank you. No. Most importantly is God. I stuffed up my words. But next up, Julian, I can't thank this man enough. To think that this journey started on the 8th of May, which was the same week as Mother's Day. Now it's Father's Day. Signing off for the second last thing it's honestly crazy. He posted a story saying this podcast is shut down. Should I start a podcast? And I just made a joke. I'm like, yeah, bro, like you should do it. I wasn't even talking about myself. I was just saying, because if you guys didn't know, I had a podcast before and I got him on.
I remember that.
Got him on, and I don't know what the heck Julian saw in me. I still don't know. But the fact that he went out of his way, I was like, bro, I want to do it with you. And the fact that shout out to Alex too. Alex who's been
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, the editing, he created the logo. Julian gave the vision, but Alex brought it to life. But yeah, Julian, has helped me so much and helped me introduce to so many people and the fact the people we've had on this podcast, we're talking about ex-players, Dragons players following me, like the fact that we're at like 700 followers, which might not seem a lot, but considering we've been doing
this a lot with less than a year, bro.
Half a season and you got 700. You imagine what it's going to be like next year.
And it's crazy. And this is only the beginning. Like this is season 100%. 1. I want there to be 10 seasons. I want us to be going for.
It's a legacy, bro. It's a legacy.
And if we can't continue, we're carrying on the name to the next generation of whoever wants to continue the Saints podcast when we retire. We're keeping this for generations. We're going to be grandparents, and someone's going to be running the Saints podcast.
I'll leave it. My son will run this.
Joey's the next host of the Saints podcast. And we're gonna be on the podcast as guests with Joey and his mate co-hosting.
I'm gonna get the tissues and be like, that's my boy.
No, honestly, yeah, all the boys. I said it before, but I want to say it again since I'm signing off. Let me go on to the Dragons Avengers group chat. If you guys don't know, me and the boys, we have a group chat. We have fights in there sometimes, but we get over it.
Oh,
in
it's
like
just
2
it's
seconds.
at the
Cool
end of the day,
banter.
we're all mates,
Great banter.
and we just
And
love
And I
our
want to
sport.
talk about each and every single individual person for like 30 seconds before I sign off. Jackson, what can I say about Jackson? Me and Jackson started off our thing
Oh, it was rough.
as I don't know. We didn't have a good start. We did not start on the right foot. But the fact that we've put it past and like we actually get along so well, and I've been there for him, he's been there for me. Jackson has been through a lot, and we're all the boys in the group chat as a whole have just been supporting him, and we all love Jackson. You know, yeah, Jackson is a great bloke. Next up, JC. JC has been like an older brother to me. Honestly, that the opportunities he gave me to, you know, to be on his vlog, to the little favors, the advice he has given me in life, like in general, and on this like social media platform. Let me. I got out of it. Excuse me. Give me a second. I got to make this. Yeah, Julian. I already spoke about Julian. Great bloke. I at the start of the year, I remember going to the Rabbitohs game. I remember saying to my brother, I was like, "Bro, Jacob, like that's Julian." I was a fan. I love Julian. I was a supporter, and the fact that
Legend,
like by the time we verse Souths next, like I was already deep in this podcast with him, and we're good friends now. I love my man Julian. Yeah, great. Luca, although you know you support Arsenal in the Premier League, and although you live in Melbourne, you sneaky Storm supporter.
We're going to give him credit for that specifically. He comes from Melbourne and he makes the trip to Sydney to support it. So yeah, got to give love there.
Yeah, love Luca. Luca's honestly the most down to earth bloke. He's the nicest bloke. Matty. What can I say about Matty? I've told Matty in private, but I might as well say on this pod. Matty, genuinely, he's like, I say this about all the boys because all the boys are kind of like my older brothers, but Matty is like, I don't know, he is like the older brother I've like never met before. This bloke is like my dad and my older brother, like combined in terms of this guy's a father.
Yeah.
Bloke is a father, but this bloke is like my twin in terms of we get along so well. There's a 9-year age gap, but bro, we're like brothers at heart. You know what I mean? We're like twins at heart. I really love man. And it goes back to Julian. If it wasn't for Julian, I wouldn't have met any of these boys and Matty. So shout out to them. Mitch, love Mitch. Mitch is honestly, if any of the boys in the group chat can back me up. This bloke is like the therapist of the group chat. This bloke will randomly just say a quote of the day or something, just make everyone's day.
I pray that also his challenge thing, like what he's doing. I hope it ends as he gets all the team. Good luck, man.
Yeah, Nick. You know, Nick, although he may not be as active on the chat, he's doing his thing. And as a person, Nick is such a down to earth guy. Although maybe his social media image, he probably bites into the rage bait a little bit too much. But anyone who's actually talked to Nick is such a down to earth guy, and he's enjoying himself in Greece. So good on him. And lastly, but certainly not least, Tyson, aka Trademark, aka Unk. What can I say about Trademark? He's an absolute legend. Like Tyson is. He's
the type of bloke that if Gerringong was a female, he would have married her already.
Yeah.
The guy loves that.
Up
the Lions. That was actually a funny encounter. Remember, Elijah?
Yeah, he went up to Hayden Buchanan and was saying, Gerringong is on screen.
Gerringong in the fucking house. Let's go. He goes up the Lions.
But Tyson, like he is such a good bloke. Like and the thing about it, I've never had a chat where more boys, like I can't lie, Tyson, this goes Tyson, JC, and Matty have given me more relationship advice and in terms of what to look out for, red flags and that, than I've ever got my entire life. Shout out to Tyson and shout out to all the boys. Honestly, like I'm so grateful to be, you know, in this group chat them and be close. And before I officially sign off, I know I'm delaying myself. I want to quickly go on the page, get the Saints podcast, and thank all my guests So our first guest, probably was Sowie. That Sowie episode was our first proper, one with a guest. It was a really good talk that we had with him. Shout out to Sowie. Shout out to Hectic Fred. Hectic Fred, such a down to earth guy. I love Fred so much.
Freddie's the best.
One of the nicest blokes you'd meet. Joel Thompson, nice bloke, great bloke. And Jeremy Lattimore, can't forget Jeremy Lattimore. My favorite episode by far.
That clip at the start.
Is that funny? He's a good bloke. He's so
I see him pretty much on a weekly basis and chat with him on a weekly basis. He's
mad, bro.
Top bloke.
Yeah, shout out to all the boys. And on that, would you guys like to say anything before?
Well, also you're forgetting that we had the leaguey as well.
Oh yes, I forgot Dylan the leaguey. He's a nice boy. He's
just want to thank all the boys, all our guests. We went from nothing. We went from I was an all individual content creators. And then I don't know, Elijah asked me to go on his little
my little 70 follower podcast that about 10 people watch per week. But I'll tell you what, look what this went into.
Yeah. And then I realized I've seen that the Red V podcast is fully just randomly ended on a random day, and I was like, should I start something? Then Elijah hit me.
I gotta ask, Julian, what was it about me that you were like I'm down to do with you? What was it?
I don't even know. The fact that I've already been on your little segment thing, and that you knew what you were doing, you had a little idea what you were doing, and I was like, I sort of already had a kind of a little name for myself, so I was like, fuck it, let's start something new. Let's bring the spirit of the Red V back up with a bunch of younger co-hosts.
Yeah,
that can relate to more of the younger fan base. So
maybe not Maddie, but me. Yeah, I'm definitely young. I'm joking, Maddie. Maddie, I'm
Maddie's still young. Come on.
I love making fun of Maddie.
You know what I mean. And then
I still remember. I reached out to Julian too, and he's saying like, should I start something? Should I start a podcast? And I was like, bro, you should do it. I mean, I was even keen on the idea of like jumping on doing something, and he goes, I'm doing this podcast. And he goes, I'm not telling everyone, I'm not leaking everything, but it's called the Saints Podcast. I'm doing it with my mate Elijah. And I was like, I said, I have to be on the show. And he goes, I don't think you're going to be on the show. So, boys, thank you for having me. It's always been a pleasure. It's been that one thing. I know there's all this busy shit that happens in our lives, but just to be able to sit here and talk about God knows what sometimes, especially about our team, it's been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to do this episode at Cogra at the Leagues Club and just end 2025 off with a bang, and 2026, I'm telling you, is going to be a better year for the Red V.
Better year for the Dragons and better year for the Pies. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The support means all the world. And for the final time in quite a bit of time, up the Saints.
Up the Saints.
Let's go.
Up the Saints. Let's
go.